All the weight crossings are just weak compared to the last couple of days. The angle, the position, the holding power, just not enough there. It's tempting to want to make the buoy the big part of the game, but you really want to make the weight crossing the big part of the game. The part where you and I are interfacing the most is the most important. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm not that worried about your eyes right now. I mean, I like you seeing the back of the buoy thing, but I would rather you be really in a dominant position. If you want to see something, see your arms. I've made all the finals of these big dogs every time they've skied under the lights, whether it was in Michigan or Oklahoma or Texas. I've had to ski under the lights every time. And I don't see that good to begin with as an old... Way better. So much more connected the entire time. It's so much easier to drive. That was the big difference. When Chet tried the second good, I knew where he was the whole time. When he tried the radar this time, I didn't know where he was. When he rode that first good, I didn't know where he was. I couldn't find him except in little brief moments of pull. That first pass, I didn't know where you were. This time, I knew where you were the whole time. Now, you got to watch your post, because you posted your knee that time. Post your hip too. Don't post bend. Especially on 246, because you got a nice 246 when you post. It delays it when you post bend. Just enough to delay your action. So you're getting a nice post in your leg, but you've got a little bit of waist bend. It's like a wind up, and then you're trying to pitch out of it. I want to post, and then when you shut the door, all those hinges are going to shut together. What am I doing? Post bend. See, I'm posted here, but I'm bent here. Could use a little more of the same. Having skied a lot prior to now. At the buoy, way better that time. Through the wakes, not as good that time. So you posted and set out of the buoy, but then you collapsed a little through the wakes, which means you're still pulling, but now it's more like a long pull instead of being pulled long. Because ultimately, you should be refusing to go. You should be saying, I'm not going. And Mike could ask you, he'd say, well, what do you mean, Jeff? You're not going to go? And he'd say, you mean you're not going to post? You say, no, I'm going to post. You say you're not going to set the angle, and you say, no, I'm going to set the angle. You say you're not going to hold a strong body position. You say, no, I'm going to hold it. He goes, then you're going to go. And you can say, yeah, I know, but I'm not going to go. Because these are my go moves. These are the ones that make me accelerate. These are the ones that tell the boat, give me more gas. Right? And we don't have any electric. But we got beans, and we got a hand grinder. So we throw the beans in the top of the machine, and we grab the hand grinder, and we start grinding the beans. And it hand grinds those beans just as good as an electric machine would, but we have to be the power. Now, if I let go, it doesn't grind. In other words, we're not trying to store up energy so we have leftover energy on the other side. We're trying to ride one for one the energy provided by the boat while we hold angle in our iron cross position. Make sense? Yes, but it was a long pull on your part because you were bent. night and day. Didn't you think so also?
I don't know, 5 to 6, I think I was.
Yeah, but
ski bouncing.
But think about it. If you were a free throw shooter that time and you had 6 basic turns and 6 basic weight crossings, 7 including the game. I mean, your free throw percentage was pretty high that time. You missed 1 free throw, 5 to 6. That was it. Yeah, rest rocked. Now 5 to 6, you didn't really post me out of 5. I was waiting for it. Like I'm watching for it, and I never saw it. I saw kind of I think you spent 4 buoys trying to win the race and 1 buoy trying not to lose it. I'm beginning to see in you what I felt when I do this well, and that is when you post and really truly close the door. You just take you don't unpost, but you take all there is. Immediately thereafter, you make sure you reinforce that dominant position is iron cross held to hold the position as you approach the wake. I honestly don't believe there's a line length you can't run. I don't think there's way better.
Yeah.
Way better than the 28 even. But see, I do believe, and I think Mike would probably attest to this, and I don't know how to explain this to anybody other than to tell you the truth, and that is, I honestly believe in some ways shorter lines are actually easier because the rope is there so much more instantaneous. So when you do post and set, if you let it get away, it's going to get away worse. But if you can post and set earlier, you're going to get a dynamic help from the boat on the outside all the way through that you don't get at 15 off. It doesn't exist. Because even if you could set it, the rope's too long and the boat's too, the relationship between you and the boat is too great to set it with the authority you can at 35, 38, 39, 41. So right now, what I'm doing is giving you permission to do your job as I shorten the rope.
All right.
Gate to 1 is the most critical right now because it's the one going to tempt you to... As far as your attempt to take angle, loved it. As far as your position through the gate or your hold, not bad. But there was a lot of bend in the rest of that.
Yeah, one felt wonky.
Yeah. Even the weight crossing out of 1, out of 2, and out of 3 were all bent more than you'd want to believe.
Yeah, I was real on the back.
That's all?
Through the wake was okay?
Too bent.
Too bent through the wake on the gate shot was too bent?
Everything was too bent.
Okay.